the SIC and therefore they can now no longer be treated as PTI. They said no, this joining of the SIC is a non-eth event. इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. And this
पैरा 80 आप कह रहे हैं
जी, para 80 at page 45 of CMA 2919. Since SIC has not contested for and won one or more general seats in the National Assembly from the provinces concerned or from anywhere in the country, it is not such a political party to which any of the independent returned candidates can join for the purposes of paragraph.
This is relevant for the purpose of.
जी, ठीक हो गया. For the purposes of paragraphs D and E.
Otherwise they can join.
जी, ठीक हो गया. Of Article 51(6) of the. Therefore, the act of joining it by some returned candidates has not produced any result, and the legal status of such returned candidates remains the same as it was before such an act. As SIC has not won general seats, it is not entitled to allocation of the disputed reserved seats. However, as shall be mentioned later in detail, it has been determined by 11 members of the bench with varying figures that PTI has contested for and won some general seats in the National Assembly from the provinces concerned, and it is a political party entitled to allocation of the disputed reserved seats under paragraphs D and E.
मेरा जो लीगल इशू तो ये नहीं, हम आप सिर्फ ये बात ना करें इस वक्त हमारे सामने SIC है या PTI है, जनरली बात करें कि किसी के राइट को आप खत्म नहीं कर सकते, उसकी मर्जी है, वो उन पार्टी में शामिल नहीं होते जिन्होंने इलेक्शन जीता, उस पार्टी में शामिल होते जिन्होंने इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट नहीं किया.
जी, ठीक हो.
लेकिन फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ रिजर्व सीट वो एंटाइटल नहीं होगा.
इस पैरा 80 की बुनियाद पे फिर पैरा 96 जो हमने देखा था उसमें काइंडली सी द लास्ट पैराग्राफ ऑफ पैरा 96 जो ये 1 2 3 चल रहे हैं. It is numbered 5, it should be numbered Roman 6, small Roman 6. The wrong acceptance of the joining of some returned candidates to SIC by the Commission, despite that it was not such a political party to which an independent returned candidate could join under the proviso to paragraphs D and E of Article 51(6) and paragraph C of Article 1063 or under clause 2 of Article 63 of the Constitution. So they said 11 of your lordships out of 13 overcame this joining by saying,
joining to the extent of those who mentioned themselves as candidate belonging
आप भी फर्क है ना सर आपका,
इन्होंने भी ये बात की.
जी ठीक हो गया सर. अब ये देखिए कि जो आपकी और 8 मेंबर की डिसएग्रीमेंट है वो पैरा 104 ऑनवर्ड्स उन्होंने उसको एग्जामिन किया है कि व्हाई योर लॉर्डशिप द 2 जजेस एंड व्हाई द 8 हैव डिसएग्रीड. उसको बिल्कुल उन्होंने इहाता किया है इस डिसएग्रीमेंट का. They've noted your lordship's contention. Kindly see paragraph 104 at page 56. So it's not something that has escaped their notice. They've applied their minds to it. They've taken my lord's point of view into consideration, but not agreed with it. Kindly see paragraph 104 onwards. We all, us 8 and our 3 colleagues. My lords with me, my lady?
Yes.
Ji. We all, us 8 and our 3 colleagues, agreed that due to unlawful acts and omissions of the returning officers and the Commission, PTI, its candidates, and the electorate have suffered the loss of some of their constitutional and statutory rights, particularly their right to proportional representation in the reserved seats. However, we differed on how we could, by virtue of an obligation of justice ex debito justitiae, restore them to that right and place them in so far as possible in the same position they would have been if such unlawful acts and omissions had not occurred. Para 105. Our learned colleagues, Honorable the Chief Justice and Justice Jamal Khan Mandukhail, have formed the opinion that the candidates who had submitted their nomination papers declaring that they belonged to PTI and had not filed a document showing affiliation with another political party before the last date of withdrawal of the nomination papers should have been treated as PTI returned candidates. Whereas our learned colleague, Justice Yahya Afridi, is of the view that a candidate for a seat in the National Assembly or the Provincial Assembly who in his/her nomination paper has declared on oath to belong to PTI and duly submitted a certificate of the same political party confirming that he/she is the nominated candidate of PTI for the respective constituency shall remain so unless he/she submitted a written declaration to the Election Commission of Pakistan or returning officer to be treated as the candidate of another political party or as an independent candidate. We respect their opinions but disagree. 106. The logic of words should yield to the logic of realities. With great respect, our learned colleagues have assumed and accepted that PTI candidates filed declarations of their affiliation with another political party, PTI Nazariati, which were not even accepted by the returning officers under the order of the Commission, because the Commission had on the 13th of January issued a direction saying no other ticket should be accepted from PTI candidates or from any candidate on the 13th of January. It's a very strange order. They said, in particular, anybody who has shown affiliation to PTI, if that person now files another ticket, it will be disregarded, which were not even accepted by the returning officers under the order of the Commission by their own free will, uninfluenced by any constraint of the circumstances. So this was the difference. Was this happening out of free will, unconstrained by the force of circumstances, or was this something which was happening because of the gross confusion and the circumstances that had come about? This was the...
I think in my note there is no mention of any PTI Nazariati.
ठीक हो गया सर,
मैंने नहीं डिस्कस किया, पता नहीं ये कहाँ से बात आई.
नहीं सर, ये तो जनरल वो बात कर रही हैं अब.
This is not in my judgment. वो कह रहे हैं ना, our colleagues have assumed, accepted that PTI can.
Our conscience, आगे सर, our conscience, देखिए वो ये कह रही हैं कि आपने ये कहा है कि सिर्फ जिनके कागज में PTI का जिक्र है उन्हीं को PTI तस्वर किया जाएगा.
ये बात ये लोग खुद
ठीक होगी, लेकिन अगर किसी के कागजों में इंडिपेंडेंट या नजरियाती का जिक्र है तो उनको PTI नहीं माना जाएगा.
जो बात मैं कह रहा हूँ वो बात ये 8 members पैराग्राफ 110 में कह रहे हैं कि
मैं आ रहा हूँ,
दो चीजें चाहिए.
सर मैं आ रहा हूँ. That our conscience and understanding of the realities of the case do not allow us to assume and accept this position. So they're saying our conscience does not allow us to assume कि हर चीज नॉर्मल हो रही थी और इन्होंने बस बिला वजह अपनी मर्जी से अपने आप को इंडिपेंडेंट डिक्लेयर कर दिया. Our conscience does not allow us, keeping in view the realities of the case, to accept this. We are completely at a loss to understand the logic, other than the constraint of the circumstances, as to why a candidate of a national level political party, PTI, which had once formed the federal government and 2 provincial governments, would supersede his candidature of that party, PTI, with the party, PTI Nazariati, whose name had not even been heard by most of the electorate, or why he would leave the candidature of the PTI and become an independent candidate. Ye important baat hai. By his own free will. Had it been a case of 1 or 2 candidates, we might have imagined some plausibility of free will in their actions. However, we cannot assume by any stretch of the imagination that hundreds of candidates for the National Assembly and the provincial assemblies would act in such a manner by their own free will, not under the constraints of the circumstances created by the unlawful acts and omissions of the public functionaries, the returning officers and the Commission. Therefore, we have found that notwithstanding their subsequent filing of a declaration to be treated as candidates of PTI Nazariati or as independent candidates, 39 returned candidates out of the list of 80 submitted by the Commission who had either filed party certificates, party tickets of PTI, or declared their affiliation with PTI in their nomination forms or statutory declarations / affidavits are the returned candidates of PTI. 107. Similar is the position of those candidates whom our learned colleagues have treated as independent returned candidates because they had not mentioned themselves as belonging to PTI in their nomination papers. In respect of these candidates, who are 41 according to the record produced by the Commission, our learned colleagues have presumed that they were independent candidates and that none of them has appeared before the court to rebut that presumption. ये आपका जो point है, they've noted that कि इनका ये
we have not stated that we are presuming that we stated that on the face of record.
So ठीक हो गया सर, मुझे पढ़ने दें.
ये presumption खिलाफ
नहीं सर, वो ये कह रही हैं कि आपका ये तकाजा था कि वो खुद आके कोर्ट के सामने रिबट करते. उन्होंने उनको मौका दे दिया है रिबट करने का कि आप 15 दिन में जाके रिबट कर दें कि मैं PTI नहीं हूं या मैं PTI हूं. Sir, affidavits are not only filed in a court, they can be filed before any authority. उन्होंने कहा ये बजाय इसके कि हम एफिडेविट उनसे कोर्ट में मंगवाएं, हम उनको मौका दे देते हैं कि वो एफिडेविट इलेक्शन कमीशन के सामने फाइल करते हैं. Why before the Supreme Court? The Election Commission is the guardian of the election process. So they have laid down a process. वही बात जो जनाब कह रहे थे कि हमारे पास एफिडेविट वो फाइल कर देते आके. उन्होंने कहा यही एफिडेविट आप वहां फाइल कर दें इलेक्शन कमीशन में. आगे देखिए. We must say that we tried hard to understand how in a parliamentary democracy based on a political party's system, as underlined by this court in Benazir Bhutto, such a large number of candidates to the seats in the National Assembly and the provincial assemblies could inspire and win the confidence of the electorate as independents. No satisfactory answer to this query was presented before us on behalf of the Commission and other respondents. The assertion of SIC and PTI that they were also PTI candidates and the electorate voted for them for their being PTI candidates, though appears satisfactory, but is not supported by the record presently before us. Therefore, it is the most challenging matter involved in the case where the scales of the requirements of law and of justice are to be justly, fairly, and reasonably balanced. We do not find any force in the argument that those returned candidates who have not appeared before us to rebut the presumption accepted by our learned colleagues, because we find that they are before us speaking through SIC. What SIC says on facts is the version of those returned candidates. SIC speaks for them before us. Both SIC and PTI have narrated the same facts and circumstances that led to the mentioning of their status as independent candidates in the nomination papers. Both have claimed that they were also PTI candidates and that the electorate voted for them for being PTI candidates. मैंने अपनी application अभी आपको पढ़ के सुनाई थी 5913. They in their individual capacities did not have such voting support of the electorate. 110. As held above, while exercising their general powers under Article 2183 and Article 187(1) of the Constitution, respectively, the Commission and this Court must endeavour to adhere to the spirit and substance of the provisions of law, that although not explicitly covering the matter or issues are closely related to it, so that the legislative intent may be given effect to the maximum extent possible. According to Section 66 of the Elections Act, two elements make a person the candidate of a political party. One, the candidate's own declaration that he belongs to that party, and two, the party's certificate, party ticket nominating him as its candidate. It is thus a matter between the candidate and the party to which he claims affiliation. No consent or authorization from any third person or authority is required to establish their relationship and the candidate's status. This is the substance and spirit of Section 66 of the Election Act.
This paragraph does not contradict the
बिल्कुल ठीक है
remaining paragraph को contradict कर रहे हैं खुद ही.
सर नहीं, उसमें सिर्फ उन्होंने ये कहा
कहते हैं कि दो कंडीशन पे ही आप किसी को पार्टी कैंडिडेट समझो, तो हाउ इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट? हमने तो प्रिज्यूम नहीं किया, हमने तो देखा.
सर देखिए, आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू उन्होंने नोट कर लिया. वो ये कह रही है, जो फर्क मुझे समझ आया है विद ग्रेट रिस्पेक्ट, आपने कहा कि हम जो एग्जामिनेशन है रोक देंगे.
नहीं मेरे छोड़ दे
सर मैं अर्ज कर लूं,
इनकी अपनी बात करो.
जी उनकी अपनी मैं बता रहा हूं उन्होंने क्या कहा है. सर उन्होंने ये कहा कि आप सिर्फ जो डॉक्यूमेंट्री रिकॉर्ड आपके सामने आया है उस तक अपने आप को रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहे हैं. दैट इज ऑब्वियसली अ प्लॉजिबल वे फॉरवर्ड, बट व्हाट दे हैव डन इज दे हैव गॉन बियॉन्ड दैट डॉक्यूमेंट्री रिकॉर्ड. दे हैव लुक्ड एट द circumstances in totality. They have said ऐसा नहीं है कि ये इतने सारे लोग 80 या 86 जो हैं ये सब इंडिपेंडेंट हो गए हैं. They have looked at the names, they have looked at.
प्रिज्यूम किया.
सर एक मिनट सर मैं अर्ज कर दूं. ठीक है, उन्होंने किया ना सर. कोर्ट कैन डू दैट, अ कोर्ट कैन डू दैट. सर मैं भी आता हूं इस केस लॉ पे भी कि व्हाट आर द प्राइमा फेशी फैक्ट्स.
अब आइए वो केस लॉ पे जो
मैं एक मिनट मुझे कर दे दीजिए सर. ये मैंने नोट आपके सामने रखा है, नोट नंबर 5. इसको जरा एक लम्हे के लिए देख लीजिएगा कि फैक्ट्स कैसे एस्टैब्लिश होते हैं, पर्टिकुलरली इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल.
हो गए ना, अरबू हो.
सर एक लम्हा सर, एक लम्हा सर. वो जज साहब फरमा रहे हैं, मंदखेल साहब
आपकी बात मैं समझ गया. अब मेन पे
एक लम्हा मुझे सिर्फ
ब्रेक से पहले आपने
जी जी मैं कर सर. ये नोट 5 में पढ़ता नहीं हूँ, सिर्फ ये आपके सामने अगर
हमारे सामने है
सर. इस नोट 5 में मैंने वली खान के केस से लेकर डॉक्टर मुबशर हसन और उसके बाद सिंध हाई कोर्ट बार इटसेल्फ, इन सब में उन्होंने कहा है कि इट इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ द कोर्ट टू टेक जुडिशियल नोटिस ऑफ फैक्ट्स व्हिच आर देयर, व्हिच आर एविडेंट. ये कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि वहां पे कानूनी शहादत के तहत इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोसीडिंग्स गवाह पेश हों और क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन हो. आप मीडिया रिपोर्ट्स को, अखबारों को, द एम्बियंस व्हिच एग्जिस्टेड एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट इन टाइम, उसको आप देख सकते हैं. ये नोट जरूर देख लेगा. ठीक, एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द 8 मेंबर्स हैव डन. आपने डॉक्यूमेंट्री रिकॉर्ड तक अपने आप को महदूद किया. उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, हम इन तमाम सराउंडिंग सर्कमस्टांसेस को देखेंगे. सो दिस इज अ डिफरेंस इन अप्रोच. और वो देख के उन्होंने कहा कि वी विल declare these 41, not PTI ourselves, but we will give them a method. We will give them that method of filing an affidavit before the Election Commission and the acceptance by the party before the Election Commission. This is where they have relied on the Sindh High Court Bar and the presidential reference of 1988 to devise a method to bring matters back to the constitutional path. The constitutional path had been deviated from because of the explanation to Rule 94. So they declare that explanation ultra vires and they give everybody an opportunity. And those 80 who had joined the SIC on one day, they said, look, all these are circumstances that we have to take into account. अब ये जो मैंने आपको एक हैंड आउट दिया था इलेक्शन एनालिसिस का, उसका सिर्फ आखिरी सफा देख लें, एक सफा रह गया था, जो अब इनका इरादा है इलेक्शन कमीशन का इस हैंड आउट में, बाय नॉट गिविंग पीटीआई एनी सीट्स, उसका क्या नतीजा होगा, ये आप पेज 4 पे देख लीजिए. पंजाब में अकॉर्डिंग टू द इलेक्शन कमीशन 36% सीट्स were won by candidates who joined SIC but who have now been declared PTI by this court. इनके मुताबिक उस 36% के मुकाबले में उनको 0% सीट्स मिलेंगी. एंड सो ऑन. सो इसका नतीजा ये होगा कि दी अदर पार्टीज, किसी की 5% सीट्स हैं, किसी की 3% सीट्स हैं, किसी की 2% हैं, उनको 8, 10, 15, 20% रिजर्व सीट्स मिल जाएंगी. सो कंप्लीटली जो छोटा सा फर्क आपने फरमाया कि कई दफा होता है इंडिपेंडेंस की वजह से, वो सिर्फ डेसिमल पॉइंट्स का फर्क होता है. कि आपने 50% रिजर्व सीट्स जीती थी, आपको 51%, 50% जनरल जीती थी, आपको 51% रिजर्व मिल गई. इससे बड़ा फर्क नहीं होता. ये नहीं होता कि आपने
ये साहबजादा साहब की पोजीशन तो एडमिटेडली ही वाज एन इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट.
He filed SIC in alliance with PTI, but he was declared independent.
And he contested election as an independent candidate.
He contested as SIC in alliance with PTI, but he was declared independent in the Form 33 because of the mention of PTI. That is the admitted position. उनका nomination paper भी यहाँ फाइल हुआ था.
जो 39 candidates थे who won the election and backed by PTI और जिन्होंने mention भी किया था political party as a PTI,
जी.
तो if they are declared as PTI party in the parliament, तो फिर वो 3 दिन का वो जो है वो हट जाएगा उनके पास. There will no necessity of giving 3 days to them to join any political party.
उन्होंने तो ज्वाइन ही नहीं करनी, वो तो
उन्होंने फिर नहीं ज्वाइन
उन्होंने तो ज्वाइन ही नहीं करनी, वो तो
वो खुद ही एक political party declare.
This is what the 8 members have said. They have said कि 3 दिन की कदगन will not come into play because this 39 group of 39 plus this group of 41, मंदुखेल साहब ने 39 तक महदूद किया, 8 member ने 39 plus 41 कर दिया. कहते they will be treated as PTI from day 1, so they don't have to join any party. They are PTI. PTI becomes a political
3 days
party.
का एम्बार्गो था वो
खत्म, वो कोई नहीं है. सो 41 के लिए सिर्फ उन्होंने ये कहा कि ये जो एफिडेविट देना था सेक्शन 66 के तहत वो अब दे दें, और जो पार्टी ने एक्सेप्टेंस करनी थी वो अब कर लें, बिकॉज सर्कमस्टांसेस एग्जिस्टेड व्हिच दे आर सैटिस्फाइड prevented them from declaring their affiliation properly to PTI at that time. So this is a judicial finding arrived at. Now, my lord disagreed with it. Some of the other judges disagreed with it. My Lord Justice Aminuddin, Naeem Akhtar Afghan disagreed with it. But 8 judges held that these 41 also should be given an opportunity to declare their affiliation. So the question now arises that this finding having been arrived at after consideration of all points of view, my Lord's point of view, आपकी judgment का भी उन्होंने अहाता की है, they've considered all varying points of view and they've come to a conclusion. Now, is that conclusion to be reviewed? If so, under which ground of our review jurisprudence, which is so well known to us? उसमें मैंने पहले भी जनाब के सामने कुछ जजमेंट्स पढ़ी थी फ्रॉम माय बाइंडर, ये जो मैंने दिया था. इसमें जनाब देखेंगे अब्दुल गफ्फार वाला केस पढ़ा था मैंने, जहां अजमल मियां साहब ने कॉर्नेलियस साहब की, कैकाउस साहब की जजमेंट्स रिप्रोड्यूस की हैं, that merely because a different view can be taken, or even if the review bench comes to the conclusion that the construction of the law was erroneous, is no ground for review. Because it's the Supreme Court which has constructed the law. आप किसी और केस में ठीक कर दीजिएगा law. इस केस में finality applies to the construction of the law arrived at by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. Review में आप उसको ठीक नहीं कर सकते. You can disagree with it in some other case and say we overruled the previous judgment. But this review jurisdiction cannot be used to act as if this is an appeal where an erroneous, according to the bench, interpretation of the law is to be corrected. तो ये पूरी jurisprudence जनाब के सामने है, जिसको मैंने एक नोट आपको दिया है on the review jurisdiction of this court, note number 3.
Already you have argued.
जी मैं उस पर कुछ नहीं कर रहा. नोट 3 में my Lord Justice Muhammad Ali Mazhar साहब has finally condensed and reproduced the jurisprudence, all of the principles. ये अगर आप एक लम्हे के लिए नोट 3 को देखेंगे, इस नोट 3 के आप देखिएगा पहला पेज है 2023 PTD 964
का हो गया ना
जी। मैं एक नाम सर इसमें कुछ नहीं पढ़ रहा, इसमें आप सिर्फ ये देखिए पॉइंट्स जो दिए जस्टिस मोहम्मद अली मजहर साहब ने, उसमें आप 1, 2, 3 सब ये कह रहे हैं मिसकंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ लॉ इज नो ग्राउंड फॉर रिव्यू, erroneous judgment is no ground for review. None of this is ground for review. It can provide basis in some other case to lay down new law, distinct law. But in this case, this is not a ground for review unless...
Divergent views on review and the judgment which you are quoting authored by me,
Yes.
with the plethora of the judgments have been mentioned.
पूरा आपने
So
law
many judgment, it is also been held that if it is found against the law or the constitution, the court may consider it. So there are divergent views
Sir,
on
मैं
the
अर्ज करूं।
review that has been mentioned in my.
सर उसमें जनाब ये देखेंगे, इसीलिए मैंने जो जजमेंट्स पढ़ी कॉर्नेलियस साहब की, कैकाउस साहब की, अजबुल मियां साहब की, ये इस पेपर वर्क में काइंडली सी, दीज आर एट सीरियल नंबर्स आपके
It is
सामने।
found that there is some deviation from the
But
constitution.
injustice, sir, injustice in some way.
Injustice bhi hai. There are so many grounds.
Sir, injustice ultimately,
It has a very broad spectrum of
Sir.
the review jurisdictions के आप कई
सर इतना ब्रॉड नहीं है, मैं अर्ज करूं, आपने ये कहा है
केस लॉ बहुत ब्रॉड है.
केस लॉ ब्रॉड है, but ultimately जनाब ने ये कहा है, and this court has consistently said that there should be some injustice pleaded before the court. Somebody should come and say that because of this error or misconstruction of the law, I have been unjustly dealt with. So injustice is the primary objective of the review jurisdiction, to undo injustice. Now, what is the injustice pleaded before this court? मैंने जनाब के सामने ये election analysis रख दिया है. हमारी democratic justice की tradition तो यही है कि general seats जितनी मिली हैं, उसी के रेशो में लगभग 37% जनरल हैं तो 37% आपको रिजर्व मिल गई. इट इज नेवर जस्टिस टू से कि आपने 20% जनरल जीती हैं लेकिन आपको 55% रिजर्व मिल जाएंगे. दैट मेक्स पार्लियामेंट अनरिप्रेजेंटेटिव, क्लियरली सो. इट गोज बियॉन्ड द रूलिंग इंटेंट ऑफ आर्टिकल 51 टू गिव रिजर्व्ड सीट्स इन द सेम प्रोपोर्शन एज द जनरल सीट्स वन.
So, राज साहब ये तो फिर आप फार्मूला पे जा रहे हैं.
नहीं, फार्मूले पे नहीं जा रहा सर, मैं जस्टिस के तसव्वुर पे जा रहा हूँ.
जब सीट्स डिक्लेयर होंगी किसी भी पार्टी की, इन अकॉर्डेंस विद फार्मूला में
नहीं सर, इसमें
क्वेश्चन तो वो
ये टेक्निकल बात नहीं है सर. इसमें नीचे
टेक्निकल
सर, इट इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ द रिप्रेजेंटेटिवनेस ऑफ पार्लियामेंट.
ठीक है.
Is Parliament going to remain representative if no seats are given to PTI? Or is it going to become more representative if the method followed by my Lord Justice Mandukhel is followed? Or it becomes, I would submit, even better, more representative if the realities taken into account by the 8-member bench are accepted. So both these judgments have tried to make Parliament actually representative of political reality, so that we don't have Parliament, we don't have reserved seats for women and non-Muslims, which are only token seats. कि बस कुछ औरतें चाहिए थी, ये लो हमने औरतें दे दी तुम्हें. कुछ non-Muslim चाहिए थे, ये लो हमने तुम्हें non-Muslim दे दिए. That is not the intent of the Constitution. The intent of the Constitution is democratic representativeness.
Definitely,
And, सर, मैं अर्ज कर रहा हूं सर, अब आपने ये देखना है कि ये जस्टिस का तकाजा यहाँ पे क्या है. I would submit humbly and forcefully that both the judgments, the 8-member and the 2-member, have moved things in the direction of democratic justice. These judgments must not be overruled. They cannot be overruled on the touchstone of injustice. The 8-member, I would submit, is a judgment of this court. Not one ground has been presented before this court to say that this judgment was wrong, other than, I would say, the quo warranto ground and the 225, if these are taken to be serious grounds. Now let's come to the Khurshid Bhinder judgment. सर, ये जो इलेक्शन कमीशन का आप ऑर्डर मांग रहे थे मुझसे, वो है CMA 5272 में of 2024, filed by Faisal Siddiqui साहब at page 21. 5272 of 2024, filed by Mr. Faisal Siddiqui. It is at page 21. Sir, एक note before I read Khurshid Bhinder आपके सामने है. Again, I'll not read this. This is note number 6. This is about 184.3. इसमें सिर्फ मैंने आपको जो एक जजमेंट दिखानी है, पहली जजमेंट है वतन पार्टी, वो काइंडली सी उसका पैरा 53 इसके पेज 2 पे, जिसमें they've said 184(3) proceedings are inquisitorial and all materials produced by any intervener can be looked.
Citation.
This is PLD 2011 Supreme Court 997 मेरे इस नोट नंबर 6 में.
It is largely related to Article 189 of the Constitution.
No, so this is related to 187 and 184. और मैंने पहले अर्ज कर दिया, based on Peer Sabir Shah and Dosani Travels, that even in an appeal, your lordships can invoke 184(3) read with 187. So 187 has substance, both in terms of inherent jurisdiction, plenary jurisdiction, but clearly in terms of the expressly granted jurisdiction in terms of 184(3) to enforce fundamental rights where there is a question of general public importance. So Peer Sabir Shah, Salim Akhtar Saab's note, endorsed and made part of the judgment of the court in Dosani Travels, and then relied upon by the 8-member bench judgment in this case, provides us this clear path that even when hearing an appeal without any procedural complexity, the court can rely on Article 184(3), and appeal proceedings then take the color of 184(3) proceedings. Now that is clear established jurisprudence which this court has relied upon, and Dosani Travels is expressly mentioned in paragraph 115 of the 8-member bench judgment at page 61 in the context of Article 187. So when we read Dosani Travels, it talks of 184(3) in terms of Peer Sabir Shah. That entire jurisprudence forms the basis of the 8-member bench judgment, and I would say of also my Lord Justice Mandukhail's judgment. Now, in this note on 184(3), the Watan Party case I've just mentioned, para 53 I've highlighted, which says that proceedings are inquisitorial and interveners can place any material before the court. Ugly judgment, which I take my lords to and my lady to, is at the next page, Imran Ahmed Khan Niazi versus Federation, PLD 2024, Supreme Court 103. इसमें जनाब ने ये कहा कि in 184(3) proceedings, everybody before the court is essentially an informant, because we are acting for the benefit of the public at large. We are not acting in 184(3) proceedings for one individual, one petitioner or the other. The proceedings are to enforce fundamental rights for the public at large. Now, therefore, ये जनाब आपके सवाल का भी जवाब होगा. I am appearing today before your lordships, both as respondent number 1 in civil review petition 319. Usme I am respondent number 1. So I appear as if it were right. But I've also filed CMs, which I had filed in the original appeal
Respondent
proceedings.
number 1 in
Civil Review Petition 319 of 2024. So I have power for respondent number 1 and Civil Review Petition 319. But I had earlier in the first round filed applications, which are before your lordships, 5913 on behalf of PTI, and there was the other application, which is 5917 on behalf of Kawal Shozeb, who was one of our nominated candidates in the lists and is the president of PTI Women's Wing. So there I have been treated as an informant. Janab, agar dekhenge para 117 of the judgment, they've said हमें इनको formally party बनाने की जरूरत नहीं थी. इनका point of view सामने आ गया.
उनके nomination paper accept हो गए. of PTI.
जी. So हमने तो दरखास्त दी थी कि हमें फॉर्मली पार्टी बनाया जाए चमसाया की बेसिस पे. फॉर्मली आपने कंवल शौजब को नहीं बनाया पार्टी, लेकिन आपने कंवल शौजब को भी, पीटीआई और गौहर खान को भी ट्रीट किया है एज इन्फॉर्मेंट्स इन पैराग्राफ्स 117 से लेकर 118 तक. एंड दैट इज व्हाई द मटेरियल फाइल्ड बाय पीटीआई / गौहर अली खान एंड कंवल शौजब हैज बीन सो एक्सटेंसिवली रिलाइड अपॉन in the judgment of the 8-member bench. They said, हमने सुन लिया, आपका material हमने ले लिया. This is for us now to see what we do with it. You don't have to be formally made parties. Now, this is a decision arrived at by the 8-member bench. लेकिन आज मैं आपके सामने, I'm appearing in CRP 319 also as a respondent. जनाब की हिदायत पे I looked at Order 5, वो जो तरीका है impediment का and so on, but this is not that situation, because for PTI, Kamal Shawzab, Ghaur Ali Khan, I'm an informant. But in CRP, I'm also a respondent, number one. And there I kind of assist as of right. So, Janab, ye hai case law on the 184.3 jurisprudence, where correctly your lordships heard me and heard the arguments and took note of the material that was filed and are doing so in these proceedings as well, apart from hearing me as respondent in CRP 319.
You mean to say that during the proceedings of Article 185.3, we can exercise power under
184.3
as well?
Yes, yes. Sir, Sabir Shah is very clear. मैंने जनाब को इसीलिए वो पढ़ के सुनाया था. सलीम अख्तर साहब, जनाब का मुझसे सवाल था कि कोई procedural requirement होती है while hearing